Junior SIPP versus Junior ISA, and should you invest? Okay, a quick summary of the two. A Junior ISA, as we've already described on the channel, you can save up to £9,000 per annum into a Junior ISA, either a Junior ISA cash account or a stocks and shares one, £9,000 per annum for each of your children, grandchildren, or anyone under the age of 18. A Junior SIPP, you can save up to £3,600 per annum, which is actually £2,880 by you. The UK government then tops that up from a tax perspective to £3,600. So in these two examples, they're actually two extremely different tools. A JISA, as we could refer to, is far more flexible. £9,000 per annum, you manage the JISA on their behalf potentially until they are age 18. So you might be making investment decisions on that JISA, but ultimately that money cannot be touched until age 18 and can only be touched by the junior person, your children, your grandchildren, whoever it is, at the age of 18. Now, once they get to 18, that JISA or that Junior ISA will turn into a normal ISA, and they'll be able to complete adult contributions if they want at a rate of obviously £20,000 for anyone over the age of 18 in the United Kingdom. A Junior SIPP, however, is very, very different. The Junior SIPP, you put the £2,880 in, which gets topped up to £3,600. Technically, if your child were to be in a higher tax bracket, they would actually have a higher top up by the UK government, but most kids don't have an income, so let's keep it simple. Over the course of 18 years, that's around £64,000 that you can put into a Junior SIPP, with around £12,000 being topped up by the UK government. Now, that money, once they reach the age 18, that Junior SIPP will become an adult SIPP. And as you all know, or I hope you know from our channel, with an adult SIPP, the normal retirement age of the UK is 55, changing to 57 from 2028. Now, by the time your kids get to 57, it's not going to be 57. It'll probably be 60, 65, whatever it is. Depends how long we are able to keep living as a race. So really what you have to understand between the two is which is better for you. The Junior ISA, which they can access from age 18, or the Junior SIPP, which arguably has more tax efficiency because the government tops it up, which they can only access from normal retirement age. The answer for many clients is often both. I have a couple of clients where each year on the 6th of April, like clockwork, we do their annual pension allowance contribution to their SIPP. A lot of them have UK LTDs. They do £60,000 straight away from their employer as an employer contributions for themselves as a director into their SIPP from their LTD. If you don't have your own LTD, you can also do £60,000 contributions for your employer into your employee scheme, or employee contributions, or anything that you haven't done of the £60,000 after that, you can do as personal contributions into a SIPP as well. Then we go and look at their ISA allowance. We do the adult ISA allowances on the 6th of April each year. We do the kids' JISA allowances, £9,000 on the 6th of each year. And then the Junior ISA for the 3 kids I'm thinking of here for my client, we do the £2,880 into each of their Junior SIPPs. So you're really maximizing all of, well, not all, but most of the tax efficiencies being offered by the UK government in terms of pensions, ISAs and JISAs. Now, this is terribly not mathematical rocket science. It's just about planning. It's about having a plan and saying, right, I'm going to do this. Now, if you think about it, say you're in your 50s or your 60s, whatever it might be, a lot of our clients are over the inheritance tax threshold in the UK of either £325,000 for themselves or £650,000 as a couple. Now, over the course of 10 years, if you make all those contributions each year, so say you did £60,000 of personal contributions to a SIPP, that's literally £600,000. You then have £9,000 you can contribute for each of your kids, grandkids, whoever it might be. You have your £20,000 ISA allowance each year for you and possibly your partner. You can get a huge amount of money out of your estate for inheritance tax purposes by having good, consistent financial planning. And this is one of the things that I think a lot with clients. They often seem to think that coming to a financial advisor is all about shooting the lights out and having fantastic performance. Okay, here at Cameron James, we have very good performance. Our balanced portfolio, circa 60-65 equity weighted, has done around 52% over the course of the past 5 years. But what's more important, and I see from a financial planning perspective, is being organized. Now, a lot of people, they're very busy. They have their jobs, their families, their husbands, their wives, their kids, their holidays. Not everyone is doing these things in the background. The number of clients I meet and I'm like, oh, why haven't you got an ISA or JISA? They're like, oh, I just never really got round to it. They've lost 5 or 10 years worth of allowances because no one was sitting there saying you need to do this, or I think you should do this in terms of it's suitable for you in terms of advice. So I hope that clarifies the difference for the two. Let me know any questions below in the comment section. If you have JISAs or junior SIPPs opened up for your kids, what your feelings and thoughts on them are. And if there's any videos you'd like me to do specifically, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, take care with your UK pension assets and also your UK assets for your children and grandchildren.